buckle up, because it's gonna be a long ride. It's gonna be a wild ride. Nobody cares, but we're gonna tell you anyways. This is Popcorn Chats. This land is yours. I don't know why that just popped up into my head.
This land is my land.
Really, why did that pop up in my head?
I don't know.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Popcorn Chats. I'm McKay.
And I'm Katie.
And we are back with a brand new Jennifer Lawrence film, which I am so happy to have her back on my screen. Bless up. It's been a while. We're here to talk about Causeway, the Apple TV Plus movie. We're here to chat about it. I don't know how many people are going to have seen this movie. I feel like not that many, but...
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know either. We'll see how it does. I've been seeing a ton of billboards for it. So, if people see Jennifer Lawrence on a billboard and she's looking serious, they're probably like, ooh, I gotta see that.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know, people. If it's not Marvel, it's people don't show up for it, and it's really starting to piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, that is trash.
Abby Jacobson, she's the creator of A League of Their Own, the new Amazon Prime movie, and she's in Broad City. Mm-hmm. And she was talking some award show or something and saying that she wishes production companies wouldn't look at numbers and stuff because the real data that should matter is representation and telling important stories, and the stories that are being told shouldn't be pushed forward because they make a certain amount of money or whatever. They should be pushed forward because they help, even if they just help one person. And she was specifically talking about LGBTQ content and how she didn't really come to terms with the fact that she was queer until she was 32. But the same thing holds true to this movie. This film can help a lot of people. I'm just so sick of capitalism, if you can't tell. Happy holidays.
Yeah, perfect season for capitalism.
Capitalism is thriving. I'm not so much. But the first holiday of the holiday season is MICHAE'S birthday. When you guys are listening to it, this episode, she will be 26. So go wish her a happy motherfucking birthday, bitch. And we're covering a J-Law movie because J-Law is MICHAE'S OG bae.
Mm-hmm.
OG
yes.
bitch.
Yeah, so it felt right to cover her new movie for this episode today. I'm ready to rewatch The Hunger Games. I'm in that mode and I haven't done it yet, so I might watch one of them tomorrow.
I rewatched 1 and half of 2, but I'm pissed, and now I just need to restart 2 because you can't just watch half of it.
Yeah, no, you gotta watch it full through, full send.
Yeah, and then I think on Thanksgiving I might go see Bones and All with Timothy Chalamet.
Timmy.
Yes, I'm kind of scared though because I'm probably gonna, I don't know, I just feel like it might be kind of gross, the movie, because it's about cannibals. So I'm I don't want to be nauseous in the movie theater. So that sounds horrible.
Oh my god, it is. Scream. I thought I was going to throw up.
Yeah, so this will probably be a shorter episode because although this movie is great,
there's not much to it.
No, it's very, very simple. Should look up the budget for it because that'd be interesting.
Oh, normally it has it right at the top of the... budget $2 million. Probably $1 million of that went to Jennifer Lawrence.
Literally. Check in. How are you? What's your plan for your birthday tomorrow?
I don't have a plan. I'm not really doing a whole lot. I kind of celebrated it over the weekend. So, because obviously it's on a Wednesday. So what is there to do on a Wednesday to celebrate? I'm just taking the day off of work. So I probably won't be able to sleep in because I just can't sleep in anymore. I just automatically wake up. My body wakes me up. But I'm hoping that I'll wake up and then be able to roll over and go back to sleep. So that'll be my sleeping in. And I honestly don't know what I'm going to do all day. I'm just going to see and do whatever I feel like. Do I feel like painting? I mean, it's snowing here, so I don't feel like I'm going to want to run out and about. But maybe I'll go out and get a coffee. I'm going out for dinner tomorrow night with my parents. They're taking me out to dinner. So we're going to go to this one really good burger place downtown that I'm excited for.
The Nitty?
Yeah. No.
Hell yes.
No. Cooper's Tavern.
Oh, my bad.
I am not going to the Nitty. No,
they got
for
good burgers, and they do Beyond Burgers.
I mean, not like amazing burger. They're like fine if you're drinking, but like I want to have like a really good burger. Spend the day with my kitties, because that's where mommy's happiest. Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of spend it how whatever. I genuinely like don't really like my birthday. So like I'm just not trying to like have any expectations, because every single year I end up just being sad on my birthday. So I'm just trying to like not have any sort of expectations for it.
I wish I could have been home this past
I
weekend
know.
with you guys.
I wish you could have been too. It was a really fun day on Saturday, and I wish you could have been here.
Yeah, you guys all looked so cute, and it looked like the nicest little day. They went to a winery, they went shopping, had dinner together, did crafts, made cute little coasters, and I'm just sitting in LA at work.
Here's one of mine.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
My present probably hasn't arrived yet, huh?
I didn't see it. No, I did check the mailroom because I think my neighbor's hot. So the apartment across from me recently had a vacancy, and it's a studio apartment, and I've never seen any woman come in and out of there. It's only just been this dude, and he always comes home like around 6:30. So now I've been trying to go out and check my mailbox at that time to try to like run into him, because he looks like he's around my age and he's cute. So I've been trying to like get a better look at him.
Make him a Christmas cookie platter.
Maybe. We'll see. But I still haven't like confirmed that he's single. It's just that I haven't noticed a woman going in and out of there yet.
Yeah.
So I need to like confirm that and like confirm that he is cute, because like I've only ever seen him like very, very briefly. So I was out there checking my mailbox tonight and I didn't see anything. So, but I will keep my eyes peeled for it and let you know when I get it.
Please keep us updated on Studio Man.
Studio Man, that's a good way of putting him.
I went to the bars on Sunday with our good friend from back in SP. I was being a good wing woman, and me and Corinne set her up with the cute bouncer.
Cute.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. I try to be a good wing woman. I would be definitely trying to get you that dick if I were home. You already know.
Appreciate it.
I have a week in December. I'll make a cookie platter for Studio Man and put your name on it. Actually, that's a really bad idea, because those cookies would be botched and yours would be fucking incredible. And then you'd be like, those cookies were ass. And then you make him cookies sometime when you guys are in love and dating. And he's like, this doesn't taste like the crappy cookies that you made me the first time around.
I just love how we're already jumping so far ahead.
The plan is spoiled already. Otherwise, I don't have a whole lot to check in about. I met my favorite character from the L Word, the actress who plays her. I bought this hat from her because I went to a lesbian clothing sale on Sunday, and she was there, and I freaked out. And yeah, now I have this hat, and I will be wearing it for the rest of my life. Capitalism is the devil.
Per use.
But let's jump into this little number. Obviously, standout star of the week to do it. I mean, it's one-stop shop, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jennifer.
Yes, obviously Jennifer. And then I love her screen partner in this as well. What was his name? Oquin?
Yes, James. And then it's like O'Coin.
But we can call him James.
Do you see this?
Oh.
One kitty is under the comforter and the
They're
other
playing
is
cat and mouse.
My
My parents' dogs went outside in the snow, and it was Ruby's first snow, and it was so cute.
That's so exciting. I'm sure she loved it. We had obviously like some side characters in this, but we quite literally had two people in this film to follow. I loved both of them. Like their chemistry was great together. So even though obviously like Jennifer Lawrence is going to be my standout in quite literally any single project that she's ever in, Brian Tyree Henry did an amazing job in it.
Did you have a standout scene?
I really loved the scene when she went to go visit her brother in prison. That was like a heartwarming scene. I did really enjoy that. And then I also really liked obviously the pool scene where they got in like the fight with each other, because
yeah, that shit was wild.
What about yours?
Yeah, the pool scene was very good, very like vulnerable, amazing acting on both of their parts. Like they're both acting their asses off. I also really liked the coming out scene and just how chill that was and how like conversational it was. And I thought that was very touching and kind of changed the trajectory of their or didn't change the trajectory, but like definitely set the tone for the rest of the film of just like how real they are with each other, and there's just no bullshit and like they're just there for each other. And then I also really liked all the scenes where they're just nurse in the car, like him driving her around, giving her rides or like helping her with stuff. And they just kind of like stumble into deep conversations. I feel like this movie is a really good display of like people that you just click with, and when people just click together, and you came into my life right when I needed you. And I think they both kind of needed each other to like enter each of their storylines, and it's just so like authentic and cool to watch it all unfold. And it's mostly just like in these conversations, like they're not doing anything crazy.
Just my first note right from the beginning of this movie, it's not like a plot driven movie whatsoever. I think within the first 30 minutes I just realized how much I was really enjoying the simplicity of it, and I really liked seeing her, like, it didn't have a lot of words either. It was just a lot of just seeing her recovering. I liked the live-in nurse lady that she lived it with for a while to kind of like transition, and seeing her like small victories that she had along the way, but also like the struggles. Like it didn't like over dramatize anything that she was going through, but then it also didn't like shy away from any of her struggles, like just the simple things of like brushing your teeth or going to the bathroom, or like her panic attack, like right from the jump, and probably like those first 30 minutes when it's just like her, the nurse, I really, really enjoyed.
I agree. Did you kind of realize what was going on? Because I went into this movie completely blind. Like it could have turned into a horror movie and I would have been like, okay, because I didn't look anything up.
Well, I watched the trailer, so I figured it would be pretty like low key just from what I saw of the trailer. But as for like the story itself, like the trailer doesn't really give a whole lot away. So the story I was pretty blind to overall.
Did you realize that she was recovering from a brain injury?
So when did I kind of pick that up? So obviously she's in a wheelchair when she was getting wheeled away right at the beginning. So I figured she had some sort of injury. I think when she like stood up, when she was sitting on the edge of the bed and the nurse was kind of talking her through like, oh, this is what happened when the last guy stayed here. And when she stood up and she had to kind of help her around, then that's when I realized that it was probably like a brain injury and that it wasn't like a spinal cord or something.
Okay. Yeah, the first like 30 minutes that you're talking about when she's with that live-in nurse, I thought that she had some sort of disease that was like progressive, you know, and that like she wasn't necessarily going to get better. So then when she was, you know, walking around by the end, I was like, this live-in nurse lady has some like healing powers or something. And so, but then obviously I quickly realized that she's a veteran and spent time in Afghanistan. And it's just interesting to see the way that it manifests. It's like not only the motor skills, but also she'll just like say things and then be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Because I was thinking the exact same thing that she said, like what a miserable life about the live-in nurse. And she was just talking about her experience and how she just like takes care of people. And like when Lindsay is like, that sounds like such a miserable life, I was thinking that exact same thing. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't believe she just said that.
Like it's good that there are selfless people out there like her, but I would be thinking the same thing. It's just a lot.
I think this film works so well because it is Jennifer Lawrence like playing this role. We know her and we've seen her like in so many different things. So to see her in this like demoralizing and dehumanizing, really frustrating position that she's in the first 30 minutes of the movie and then like struggles with the rest of the film. This sounds shitty. Like if it were an unknown actress playing, like would I be as empathetic or like as shaken by what I was watching on screen? Like I don't know, there's just something like hard about watching Jennifer Lawrence like need help going to the bathroom and getting like sponge bathed, because you can kind of like put yourself in her position and just be like, Jesus, like I would hate to be that young and just having this old lady like help me bathe.
Even though we obviously don't know her on a personal level, you do feel like you know her when we've watched her on our screens for 10 years and like we've watched interviews of her. And like for me personally, like I've seen, I think probably like every single interview that she's ever done, and like it feels like you know her. So then when you see someone that you feel like you know in a position like that, it makes it harder, where if it was someone unknown, obviously you can still look at them and see the struggle, but you might not feel as like personally invested in their journey, I guess.
Right.
Oh, and to be honest, if it wasn't Jennifer Lawrence in this movie, I would have never watched it.
Yeah, that's
like it was a good
super
movie,
valid.
but I picked it up because of Jennifer Lawrence in it. And if it was some no-named person I wouldn't have. And that's how we've talked about that we do that with a lot of movies. Like I would never even consider seeing the new Top Gun movie, but Miles Teller is in it. So like I want to still see it at some point. And there are just certain movies that I will always see because they have actors that I love in them. And then you end up finding good ones. Like this was good. Will I ever rewatch it? Probably not, but I did really like it.
You're definitely not alone in that. Like we're definitely not alone in watching things just because a favorite actress or actor is in it. You know, like Game of Thrones, we watch for the plot and we watch for many reasons, but certain films on here, it's like we have to cover it because it's Jennifer Lawrence, or we have to cover it because it's Adam Driver, we have to cover it because it's Timothy Chalamet. We would not have fucking watched The Last Duel, baby, if Adam Driver wasn't in that shit. Hell to the no.
No.
But we did. We showed up for his ass, and lots of people do that, and that's why I admire Jennifer Lawrence, because she will do low budget projects like this for $2 million and allow a story to be told and heard probably by a vaster audience than would see it if it were just some unknown actor or actress.
Well, and I feel like a lot of times people forget that she has indie roots. Like that's what she started in, and that's what she always loved doing, and that's why she almost didn't take Hunger Games, was because she didn't want the projects that she was getting, and like the fame too, like being hesitant about that, but just knowing what was going to come with having the Hunger Games. And I really love that she's balanced her career really, really well with having like high budget, big Hollywood blockbuster type movies like the Hunger Games, like Passengers, you know, where it's very high budget, very big marketing push, big like press tours and stuff. But then you have the really low budget things like Serena or Causeway, you know. She does a really good job of picking her projects, and I just really enjoy that about her.
At the end of the day, too, there are very few actresses in the game, like, acting at this caliber, because she is, at least in my opinion, like, almost unrecognizable in certain scenes of this movie. The fact that it's Jennifer Lawrence, like, arguably the biggest, like, actress of our time and, like, our youth growing up, the fact that I'm not actively being like, that's Jennifer Lawrence, you know, like, she just completely, her mannerisms, her demeanor, everything just took on this character like so fully. She's just acting her ass off in every moment, and like you said before, there's not a ton of dialogue, which is even more impressive, because it's like if she's not talking, you should be able to just be like, yeah, that's Jennifer Lawrence. But still, just in certain moments, I was like, that is a completely different person. That's Lindsay, that's not Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, she definitely is not one of those actors that needs like the big budget, the big hair and makeup. Like, I mean, in this, I doubt she had it. I mean, she probably had like a little bit of something on her face, but she genuinely looked like she had no makeup on, and like that they just she showed up to set and they just threw her hair up. Like even if it didn't take that, like even if they did put work into it, it didn't look like it, and she doesn't need it to pull off a good performance. And it just shows that she truly is one of like the greatest actresses that we have. And I don't care who gets mad that I said that, but she is truly like the actress of our generation, and I'll fight you about it.
Who else is doing it like her?
And I saw this interview that Jennifer Aniston did recently, where she was talking about how like we don't really have movie star, or like what happened to the movie stars. And then people are getting pissed because they're like, what about Zendaya? What about Florence Pugh? And like all these people. And I'm like, kind of, but like not in the classic movie star sense that I think that Jennifer Aniston is talking about, where it's like Zendaya is obviously she's a movie star, but she is more of just like, I feel like a celebrity. Like she's kind of like on that influencer type side. She's a model, like she's a dancer. She does other things that she's not like a classic quote unquote movie star. Same with Florence Pugh. Like again, she's kind of like a little bit more, not like influencery, but she had like her YouTube channel with like her cooking show and just things where it's like Jennifer Lawrence is like a movie star, and that's what she does through and through. She doesn't do TV shows. She doesn't do any of that. She does movies.
Right.
She's kind of like Adam Driver. I think like he's a movie star. Like they do their movies. They don't really like do a lot of social media, any of that kind of stuff. They just do their movies. So I agreed with her when she said that it's like, I don't really think we have a lot of those right now. Not to say that we won't ever have them again, but I do think that Jennifer Lawrence is kind of like our generation's movie star. Like I don't really think we have a lot others in our generation right now. now. Do it like she does.
Yeah, I think there's always been crossover in between like mediums. Like Elvis did movies, but he was like a musician. Same with like the Beatles and stuff. Now it's just like if you're doing fame the right way, you have an album and you're in movies and on this new TV show and you have a TikTok. You know, it's like the Stranger Things cast are also like TikTok famous.
Yeah.
And so it's just like everything is a huge crossover and every other fucking YouTuber has a music career. So yeah, you go, Jennifer Aniston. We know what you were trying to say.
Yeah. I was like, I don't get why people are jumping down your throat. Like, and I'm not faulting any of those people. Like Sydney Sweeney, like I'm not faulting her for like doing her brand deals and all that stuff because obviously you gotta make your money and you gotta jump on the opportunities while it's hot. It's just not like, it's not what the classic movie star was that we had in the like 80s, 90s, or like dating back as far as movies started, you know? But now we have social media and there are so many more opportunities for people to really be like more of a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Like Reese Witherspoon is like a brand now.
Right. Yes.
So like you have that opportunity. There just that aren't that many that just like stick to movies and kind of keep it there.
Yeah. I don't know why people take offense to literally everything. Jennifer Aniston was just stating a claim. She's not trying to bring anybody down or say that that's a bad thing. Everybody just needs to fucking chill. Like, you'll be okay. Are you a movie star? No. Are you an influencer? No. So why do you have all this shit to say about it? Like, we're not talking about you, babes. Just feel like Lindsay is taking on way too much, like way more than she can chew. She's moving back to like a big city, and I'm just so stressed for her. Like when she's kind of just thrown back into having to figure everything out for herself, and people are getting frustrated with her for being slower and everything, and it really does show a lot of things, but like how you never know what somebody else is going through, and then also just the way we like treat veterans and service members and everything. Like there's just a lot, you know, mental health stuff. I'm sorry, but I did not like the therapist man. He bugged the shit out of me.
The like doctor dude,
the psychiatrist. I was like, you are so condescending. Get the fuck out of my face. I would not listen to a single thing that man said.
No,
I don't care how right
not.
he was. And he's right that she should like be taking medicine and everything. Fuck that dude.
Yeah, no, I didn't vibe. I would not want to be opening up about my trauma to this man. Yeah, I did feel bad for her, especially when she was driving the truck and then when it started to like have issues and she tried to pull over and you could see her like panicking.
Yeah.
And people are like honking at her and yelling at her and it's just like, ugh, that's
you guys don't know what's going on. Like we just saw all this shit that she was going through and she's finally like excited to get back to her life and you guys are just being fucking assholes.
Yeah.
The world is such a cruel place.
That's why then I love when Jane, because obviously we don't know how to pronounce his last name, but when James's character like was so sweet to her when she dropped off the truck, he never once was like, are you dumb? Like you don't know your phone number? Like he never once made her feel bad about it. He was like, okay, here, what you're going to do, I'm going to take your phone, I'm going to call my number, like it'll pop up and then that way you know your number. Just such a sweet dude, could see that she was struggling, that she was not like all there in that moment right then. And just really took his time with her and I appreciated that.
I wanted to cry in that moment because I feel like he didn't realize the impact that he was having on her day and even on her life. Like who knows what she would have done if she would have had to like pay for the car in that, like if the guy was like, well, we can't fix it until you like give us a credit card or something, you know, like she just could have been really fucked in that moment and like had to move backwards. And he just by being like a decent human being.
Yeah. He just was like a
really
genuine
not that
good
hard.
guy.
Yes. Yeah, that moment where she's like, well, I don't know my number. Like, that was so sweet. And he was like, oh, yeah, no worries. And then, yeah, I like how she kind of has this intensity about her and she wants to be redeployed, which is like crazy. When she doesn't, she's very resistant to like talking about mental health or like taking medication. I'm like, why doesn't she want to take medication? Like, medicine is good, you know? Get on that Cymbalta, baby. Like, you got it. But then I like how the story unfolds and you see kind of why why she would be resistant to taking medication because of her like family history. And then also when that bogus ass fucking psychiatrist makes her like recount everything in order for him to listen to her. Like she's first of all, she should be taking medicine, but if she's saying she doesn't want it, he's like forcing her to like recount her trauma, which I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but it just made me not like him very much. Crazy, like hearing the whole story and being like how straight faced and stoic she is while she's saying it. Like, I could never be in a war.
No, I genuinely don't know how, and like maybe there isn't anyone that doesn't come back from war completely changed. You know? Good that we have people that are willing to do that. That's not me.
Yeah. No, don't put me down for that. If the draft ever comes back,
you'll be officially aged out soon. I think it's 18 to 25. So as long as we don't go to war until March 16th. You're good.
I think I'm good. Yeah. I'm not a runner. So don't put me down for that. After all of that, like after she's like talking about watching people like be on fire next to her and like the explosion and everything, he's like, how are you sleeping? And she's like, not fucking great.
Yeah.
Like,
not well, bitch.
Obviously not well.
What do you think? I should ask you that question. What do you think?
You know, I think we're not supposed to like the psychiatrist. Because he's kind of a flop.
He is a flop. What do you think about her relationship with her mom? Or just the mom in general?
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like that was very not like super essential to the film. Like, I feel like a lot of other components of the movie kind of tied up and made sense by the end. The stuff with the mom was just kind of like random and weird. I guess it did kind of give us like tidbits into her upbringing. I don't know. What did you think about it?
Yeah, I found myself whenever the mom was on the screen just like losing interest because I think she just was not that vital to the story besides the general setting of like knowing that her mom, like that she's not a very caring mother. You know, like she established that right when she first got home and there was like no food and there was like shit all over her bedroom, that I didn't feel like we needed more time spent with the mom over the course of the movie.
Yeah, I don't think we needed her to be on screen. It could have just been like she was an absent presence because obviously like she is very down bad, like physically, mentally, and everything. In the beginning of the movie, that's when your family should be there, and her mom just completely wasn't. So I think if the mom was just absent the rest of the film, like she can be staying at their house and she can hear them in the next room over, but like I don't think we really needed the weird moments where the mom's just like peeking into the room like, hey, we're drinking in here. Like, all right.
Like after the first, like when we saw her not picking her up from the Greyhound station, and then her getting home, seeing no food, no one there, in her bedroom full of crap, we could have had like one interaction with the mom then, and it would have been, and then from there on out, not seeing her anymore, and it would have been perfectly fine.
Even her like coming home drunk and not even like acknowledging her. Would have been fine, but
it does make you realize though, on top of like everything else that Lindsay's struggling with, that does just give another reason as to why you see her wanting to deploy again, because it kind of is all that she knows at this point in her life, and you see that she doesn't really have anything going for her back home, when you see that like her home isn't really even a home. It's like, oh well, then you see like you would wonder after someone has an accident like that, why would they want to go back to the place where that happened? But for her, when you see where she's at now, it's not like she's leaving a luxurious home with a loving, caring mother. And
so for us, we might be like, why are you so eager to redeploy? And especially after this huge traumatic event, the fact that she still wants to go back to that instead of sit in the like home trauma, or at least you're safe. That's just very telling. And I really admire the writing and direction of this film and how much the creators trust their audience, because we can fill in a lot of the blanks. It's not like we see maybe, you know, she has a girlfriend back, you know, in the army, and like that's why she wants to redeploy to like be back with her again. Who fucking knows? Like there could be other factors. That's where all of her friends are. That's where her chosen family is. Like who knows? We have just enough to like formulate our own opinion, and that's all we need. Like this is a very bare bones story. It has everything, like all the components that we need and nothing. No extra fluff or anything crazy. And the real story is the relationship between James and Lindsay anyways. So when he defends her at the bar,
love it.
That was very sweet. Corinne and I literally just had to explain, like, to a man on Sunday. He just kept being like, so I have no chance. So I have no chance. And I'm like, I am a lesbian. The fact that I had to say that in a bar full of people, like, several times, being like, no, please walk away. You don't have a chance. We are literally a couple.
Botched. And I love how, too, when she said that she didn't drink and she was, like, drinking root beer, that, again, James was just like, okay, didn't make anything of it.
Yeah, she said what she said, bro. We could talk about, like, the pool scene.
Yeah, we can jump to the pool scene.
He was really just, like, bearing his soul in that moment. Even the act of just, like, getting in the pool and swimming for her to do what she does, which I was like, please don't. I was like, don't make this into a thing. I don't want them to kiss. I think that's the one thing I would change about this film. I don't know. How do you feel about the kiss?
I don't love it. I wish that it would have been something else that created, like, a bit of chafing for them in that moment instead of it being a kiss, because, I don't know, you knew that they were never gonna, like, get together. Like, they didn't have that kind of chemistry. Like, they had amazing chemistry, but not any sort of, like, sexual chemistry at all. Yeah, I don't really like that that's what, like, their fight kind of exploded over.
The line where she's like, I just felt so bad for you, like, that really saved it, because, again, I feel like been there as a woman who likes women, like, you just feel like you owe something to men, but I don't think that's what this situation was. It was more just, like, I think her inability to kind of, like, have a filter in certain moments, and then just being overwhelmed with, like, how she was feeling in that moment. But I don't think she had any, like, loving feelings for him. Sad moment after he, like, bore his soul and talked about the accident and, like, how, you know, his nephew, or, like, his stepkid, his nephew, like, how he passed away and how he lost his leg and everything, and it all happened on the Causeway, like, overpass or whatever. Oh, it's just such, like, a crazy moment and such a vulnerable moment for him. And then when she kisses him and says, like, well, I just felt bad for you, like, seeing him get out of the pool, like, she really hurt him.
She did. He wasn't looking for pity in that moment. He was just really looking to, like, bare his soul to her and just have her listen and be like, and just be there for him and not be like, oh, I felt sorry for you, you know?
Yeah. Be there for him in the way that that he's been there for her.
Yeah, I liked that their fight was, like, a good fight, too, in terms of, like, it wasn't something, like, some dumb misunderstanding or anything. It was, like, something genuinely to get your feelings hurt over, and that they took some time apart. I enjoyed that, and then them coming back together at the end. I felt like a natural progression of, like, a fight to a makeup, and that nothing seemed, like, too rushed or, like, dragged out too long, that it's like, just get over it already. Like, she had some stuff she needed to figure out by herself before she was ready to make up with him.
Like, her finding out that he took care of her car situation, then her, like, accepting his offer to move in, and her kind of, like, repeating what he said about how he used to be with the woman that he got in a car accident. Were they married? I'm so confused.
I don't think so.
Were they together, though? Like, romantically?
I would assume so, but honestly, I don't know. I don't remember.
But he was, like, calling the kid his nephew, though.
Oh, wait, was there someone else in the car with them? I thought it was just him and his nephew.
Aria, you're being naughty.
You're driving Mom literally insane. Thought that maybe it was just him and the nephew in the accident. If there was another person, I missed that.
Yeah, but anyways, I think just how he was talking about it's nice to, like, come home to somebody and, like, make food and hang out, whatever. And she, like, repeats that to him. And now we just feel comforted that they have each other moving forward in life.
Yeah, like platonic soulmates.
Yes, absolutely.
I would not want her job cleaning pools.
But I would like to swim in rich people's pools. That'd be fun.
That'd be nice. So I liked them making up at the end. And I just think, like, truly their chemistry, like, carried this movie. Because obviously there's not really... The movie has, like, two things to kind of go on. And that's Jennifer Lawrence's performance and their chemistry. The two of them working together. And both of those things worked really well with it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have any more notes. But a great Jennifer Lawrence film for her to add to her roster.
Yeah, I like that she chose a low-key project to kind of, like, I hate to say, like, come back with, because it's not like she's, like, she did the Don't Look Up movie, you know, like, she's done some things, but into, like, I don't know, maybe, like, awards kind of vibes that she chose this project to come back back with, and just something that is a little different. I mean, it's not like that vastly different from anything she's done, but it is somewhat different. I still would just like to see her in a comedy at some point.
Yeah, like a legitimate comedy, not like a satire, like Double Dutch.
No, like I want to see her. Can you literally not just flash your
Aria,
butthole?
you have single-handedly disrupted this entire show. And you will be hearing from our fucking representatives.
Not her showing you her butthole. I would like to see her in like a girls' trip bridesmaids kind of movie.
Please.
That's my one request from Miss Jennifer. Anyways, yeah, that's it for my notes. Because you're just driving Mama crazy. And Mom's got to be done because you're a wild girl. Alrighty, what do we have on the books next week?
Is it Paul Blart?
I think you're right. I think it is Paul Blart. We're talking Paul Blart Mall Cop.
We go from this serious ass film to let's talk about Paul Blart.
We have range. We try to.
We try.
And then maybe like Pretty Little Liars is after that. It's gonna be a while, which I'm kind of sad about. Because honestly, I just want to watch it right now. But I want to like hold out to be a little bit closer to when we record. So anyways, Aria, can you tell everyone bye-bye? Say LYLAS. Hope you liked my booty.
LYLAS.